I think it's safe to say that the topic of mental health is one that is regarded by a lot of people, if not most people, as complicated, complex, multifaceted, not at all black and white, confusing. And I found, however, over the years that there are at least parts of the discussion and conversation, factions of it, that are rather simple, clear, and cut and dry, and do not have to be as complicated as we make them out to be. So, to test my hypothesis, I engaged in a conversation about depression specifically with my sister Simona, who is 5 years old. But I did this because I wanted to see her reaction and how she engaged with the conversation of depression when she was introduced to it for the first time in any sort of formal manner. And she taught me a lot and really showed me that these conversations that we have with each other don't need to be as fraught with stress and confusion and complication as we allow them to be. So take a look. If nothing else, I think you'll be entertained, but she does provide some pretty sound tips for navigating the world of depression, whether it be tips for someone dealing with depression personally or someone who's dealing with a loved one who has depression. So keep an open mind and enjoy. So we're going to talk about some things. Okay. There are some people who, because of their bodies, and do you know what chemicals are? Chemicals, little tiny things in your bodies that make it go. Because of those things, their brain works differently than maybe your brain does. And so we're going to talk about some of those ways that your brain works differently sometimes and how we can help people. So we were talking about a little bit earlier that some people get sad because of their brains and they get sad a lot. And so what would you say to do? What should they do to make themselves feel better?
We should give them a hug or give them medicine if they're sick, or those things that climb in your body. You should tell them to go to the doctor or take them to the doctor.
Like you should go with them to the doctor to be like a friend, to show them you support them.
Yeah, and keep sure that they're staying healthy, and if no, then they're very sick, and we don't want that to happen.
No, we don't. So some people who feel sad all the time don't tell anybody because they think other people will be mean to them or say that they're lying. And so what do you think about that?
Bad, but to do it, then we check if they have tears, and then we know.
The good old tear check. And if they have tears, then they're not lying. But sometimes people don't cry in front of other people, and sometimes they're by themselves. So if someone comes to you and says, I'm sad all the time, do you think we should believe them, or what?
Believe them.
You think you should believe them? Okay. So here, my sister starts telling me about a friend of hers that started being mean to her. So we had to digress from the scheduled content because no sister of mine is going to derive her self-worth from some snot-nosed 5-year-old. But we got back to the important stuff very quickly, and I apologize for the pause. We're going to go back to talking about the sad people. So there's a name for people who get really sad because of the chemicals in their body. Do you want to know the name? It's called depression. Depression. And do you think someone should be embarrassed if they have depression?
No.
No? Do you think people should make fun of people if they have depression?
No. When you're very sad, it's pretending.
Huh? When you're people are very sad and they don't have hope a lot of the time.
Yeah. And
do you think it's bad to take medicine if you need it?
No.
You know, want to know something? There's some adults who think medicine, if you feel bad, is a bad thing. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
They say don't take medicine. So that makes no sense.
No. And if you do that, we should put them and trick them to eat the medicine.
No, what I'm saying is, like, let's say I need medicine, and then I have a friend who tells me, don't take the medicine. Yeah.
So, I need medicine, and a friend that says, don't take medicine. You should not just cut that off. Just go get medicine.
Just don't even listen to them? And what should I say to them?
Say, if medicine is really good, are you staying sick, or you might get sick or you can't see your friends?
Oh, that's a good point. You know, saying I'm doing this to help myself. And I want to stay your friend and I want to be healthy. And so I'd appreciate if you let me take my medicine without saying that stuff.
And if you do that, then he might say, no thanks, or you might get sick. And imagine if you were sick and
I told you not to take your medicine. That'd feel bad, huh?
No, like the person in my story,
yeah,
you know?
No.
Like he said, imagine if you got sick and you couldn't take the medicine. The person in my story.
Yeah, that's a good thing to say.
And
so can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Remember that word, depression, that some people have? Want to know something?
Yeah.
I've had that.
Her reaction. Oh my god.
Did you have depression?
Mm-hmm.
When?
I've had it for, I'm 23 now, for about 3 years.
Whoa.
Well, does that make you think of me differently?
No.
No. I took medicine for it. And now I'm happier. But you were really little, but I used to come over to Emma's and Mama's house and cry and just be really sad and not be able to do anything.
So if that happens, then we should give you a hug or say, that's okay.
Yeah. And Emma and Mama were so nice about it. And you didn't know about it, but
And sometimes people don't let you take a medicine, and you just can't listen to them.
I know.
Can't.
Yeah. And you want to know something else? So, do you know anything about Emma's job?
Yeah.
Tell me what you know about Emma's job.
That you have to take care of patients.
And what are her patients seeing her for?
To stay safe and not die, because some of them died.
Mm-hmm. So Emma's patients oftentimes have similar things to depression, or they have things in their brain. Remember I was talking to you about like the chemicals and stuff that make your brain do different things and maybe act a little differently than your brain or someone else's brain. So that's what a lot of the patients are there for. So I went and I saw someone who's like Emma, and they gave me medicine. And then I also went to another person who taught me a lot about how to cope. Do you know what cope means? It means how to deal with all the craziness in life. And he really helped me. And you want to know something else? Some people think it's silly or stupid to go see those people.
Stupid?
Isn't that so? I don't get it. It's weird, huh? Yeah, those people are good people.
Yeah, and some people that are bad might try not let you take medicine and call the police for help.
Or maybe even just talk to them and say and be honest with them. And if they really don't listen, then say, I need people in my life who want me to be healthy.
Or call the police.
Or call the police.
So, and some people, and you have to call for help when you're very sick.
Mm-hmm. I agree. If you're feeling super sad or lonely, you have to ask for help, right?
Yeah.
You can't just ignore it.
And don't just say, doctor.
Okay. Okay. Got it. All right. Well, thank you so much for talking to me, Simma.
Yeah.
I love you. Let's do the European kiss. Mwah. Mwah.
I wake up you on TV now.
Yeah, say bye.
Bye.